Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or perhaps welcome back. I hope you are doing well. My name is Keeper and today we are starting our playthrough of Two Falls. Let's see if I can pronounce it. Nishu Takuatshina? Probably butchered that, but I tried my best. But this is a story where you play as two different people. You play as a French woman who was shipwrecked on the shores of Canada, and you play as an Innu hunter who is trying to figure out what the heck is going wrong in the forest. It's really interesting. Choices matter, and I got to play about 2 hours of it on stream before my computer said, no, you can't stream this and play this. But I loved it so much that I just really want to dive back into it and share this game because it is absolutely phenomenal, at least what we have seen so far. So buckle on in. If you want to check out this game yourself, I will have it linked down below. Make sure you subscribe here so you don't miss the full playthrough. And without further ado, let's get into the game. Alrighty, here we go. Absolutely beautiful game. We obviously have to start a new game. And that is fine. We can delete the story progress because we couldn't go any further. Also, you want to see everything. Let's just delete the codex entries. I don't think I had too many, so it's fine. The weather signals the coming of autumn. Takuatshina. I probably brutalized that, but I think it's worth trying. Nouvelle-France, 1665. Coast of the St. Lawrence River. 2 hours after the sinking of l'Intrépide. Intrépide? I think that's right. It's really neat too. So like,
they called us Filles du Roi, daughters of the king. Most of us came here to start over, to live new lives, better lives, far from Europe's cruelty. All I found was death.
It's a pretty puppy.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Good boy. Did you drag me back to shore?
So
where's everyone else? Oh no. Hélène? Hélène, where are you? Thérèse! Marie! Anyone?
I know that it doesn't like pan to something like watching her in this forest, but it feels like it, you know? Poor puppy.
That's right. We can't be the only ones. We can't be. Come on, boy. Let's look for survivors.
So, Jeanne is extremely religious, and some of your choices are: do you continue down that path, or do you make other choices? And what we decided collectively was we would do anything for this dog. So we are making our choices for the dog.
The captain's eau de vie. Your owner must be close.
I want to pet the dog so badly.
Almost empty. Was he drinking when the storm hit?
I don't think it would matter. Toss in the ocean.
That drunkard! This is his fault! Come on, boy.
I don't think it is his fault. If it was a storm, like if it was a real nasty storm, it wouldn't matter.
Is anyone out there? It's me, Jeanne!
Jeanne. I keep saying her name wrong. Jeanne. St. Catherine's Bay, the site of the Intrepid's fateful accident and the place where I first set foot in Nouvelle-France. I used to think the New World would look like something out of a fairy tale, but my first nights on that beach felt like something that crawled straight out of my nightmares. The stony shores were sharp as fangs and the wind loud as distant screams. Worse yet, every time I peered into the forest, I swore I could see something moving in the shadows, stalking me hunting me. How lovely. I'm beginning to understand why the Kingsmen paid for us to come here. So the really interesting thing is the upper part tells you about the stuff in the story, and then the bottom part actually like tells you historical stuff, which I think is really neat.
Ugh, everything's gone rancid. What are we gonna do for food?
We'll figure it out. There's the ship over there, looks like.
Oh no.
Oh, pardon me.
This is a lens. But it's all... No. No. No, she can't be. Our Lord who art in heaven, grant me courage to... My rosary. Where's my rosary? It has to be here. It has to be somewhere. It has to. God, please. Not this too.
So another really interesting thing, and you'll see it when we switch between characters, is they had different art directors for different art directions and music directions for both characters. So they have very different experiences beyond, you know, just their experiences. They also consulted with with indigenous groups and elders when they were making this, and also a lot of the artists.
Can anyone hear me?
And people working on the game are indigenous, which I think is fantastic, because I think a game like this, you have to make sure you do that. I think he did.
He's gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone. Why, God? Why take them? Why leave me alone again?
Again, I wonder what that means. Also, like, do you see the state of like, this ship couldn't have been built right if it's only been like a day or two since it crashed. I'm just saying.
A Bible.
Beau Testament. Some choices made along the way will affect their outlook on the world. I think use it to offer prayers for the fallen. My faith grows more dogmatic. Each choice will indicate how it's affected your character. Choose wisely and you'll still steer Jeanne's perception of the new world.
Lord, grant me courage to face this on my own.
You're not alone, you got the puppy.
Protect me from evil. Carry the lost to the land which you swore to their fathers, and give them peace. Amen.
The puppy. The puppy. At the puppy. At the puppy.
I know, boy. I know. Come on. We need to get help. I don't know how far Quebec is, but...
I'm assuming pretty far, to be honest. Honestly, if the dog doesn't want to go in there, I don't want to go in there. Like, I'm good. No thanks.
Something's out there.
The Holy Scriptures of our Father who art in heaven, which I found near the corpse of the Intrepid's captain. When I hold this book tight, I somehow just know God can hear my every prayer, same as if I held my missing rosary. An old nun from the convent once punished me for peeking at a Bible's page when I was young, saying it was blasphemy for a woman to read it. The mind of a lady will tarnish his guidance with false interpretation. I remember her screaming that while beating me with a leather strap. How kind. Hopefully his guidance will stop something like that from ever happening to me again. Boop. Now we get to meet our other bestie. Takuatshina, heartland of the Innu people, 35 kilometers away, so relatively close.
The lands Innu call home are more than hunting grounds. They're bridges to our past.
This is Maikan.
I walk the paths of my ancestors, track the same prey, cross the same rivers. But that day, the past felt distant. Something changed my home, scarred it. and I needed to know why. More frostbitten flowers. Wind's colder too. Good. Still on the right trail.
Let me just tell you how much I love that this is narrated. It's fantastic.
Whole forest feels off today.
And you see, like,
The animals must fear that chill in the air too.
it's brighter on Maikan's side.
Maybe great-grandfather was right. Maybe this cold really is driving the caribou away. But then, what drove this cold here? Huh? Sap hasn't thawed. This is recent. Need to be careful.
Fair. Let's not go dying. Okay, we're looking for unusual elements.
Frost alone can't cause damage like this. Something else tore through here. Something big. No sign of prints, though.
Maybe it's a slug. Giant slug.
Fresh tracks. 2 sets. But these weren't made by Innu moccasins. White men. Why are they here?
So the really interesting thing is Maikan has grown up since colonization has started, like with fur traders and stuff. So he's never lived in a world without white men around. Uh-oh.
What have you done?
It's a lot of blood.
What have you done to our home?
I want to know. I want to know what they've done to the home. The place my family calls home, the path to our ancestral hunting grounds. Its name means bosom, and we call it this way because of the 2 round hills on the western coast. A fitting name for these fertile lands where Mother Earth nourishes us all. Here, ice from winter fjords travels downriver, and we harpoon the seals that rest upon it. Here, we hunt geese returning home in spring, following the water to hunt autumn caribou up north. Here, I follow the paths my ancestors have walked and forge new ones for those who will outlive me. Here, the white men have settled, begun their trades, built their colonies. With each passing year, we feel their presence stretch a little further, and Mother Earth's bosom nurtures us less and less. Again, we got the cool actual facts from history, which if I didn't think it would take like forever to read through, I would totally read. But I feel like if I read that, it'll just be like 7 years later.
No use. The wood's too wet. Dead branches from the forest might work better. But
At the puppy.
Lord,
Gonna be so cold.
I pray for your protection. You are my hiding place. Under your wings, I find refuge. Protect me. Please.
Puppy.
You're getting cold too, huh?
Cuddle the puppy. If this puppy dies, there's gonna be a mutiny. By me. There's gonna be a mutiny.
Boy.
Oh, he's so cute. Capitan seems worried. Go check on him. I'm really curious if his name is actually Capitan or if I just named him Capitan because he was the captain's dog.
I know,
Pet
boy.
dog.
I miss them too. At least we have each other.
Yes. Pet dog. I'm actually petting the dog. My controller's even rumbling as I pet him.
I guess we... What's wrong?
Let's see. A lullaby. Mother always said I learned to sing long before I learned to speak. I'm inclined to believe that, if only because I remember her singing this tune to me every night before bed. She changed the lyrics every night too, though. Maybe to keep it interesting for me, maybe because she never knew the right words were to begin with. It was my father who first heard the song back when he worked at La Rochelle's ports alongside foreign sailors. If it came from overseas, that would explain why no one else at the convent had ever heard it. Regardless, the song always feels special to me. It always gave me courage and comfort when I needed it most, even though Dad said it was supposed to be a very sad song. I never really thought of it that way until the day he died. Oh, Swedish one. Okay, anyways, I want to see... Recruiters warned us life in Nouvelle-France wouldn't be easy, but I couldn't imagine it being worse than Europe. I lost my family at 5, survived in the streets of La Rochelle alone until the convent took me in. I found God during my time there, and he gave me a purpose as a caretaker who could work for the good of others. But my actions would never make a real difference, not with France ruled the way it was. That's why even though King Louis sent us here, Louis, to marry and have children, I came to make the new world a better place while carrying the will of God within me. I just hope he still hears my prayers now that I'm so far away from home. And then, obviously, and then Capitaine. A playful, cuddly dog I met aboard the ship to Nouvelle-France, formerly owned by the Intrepid's captain. I didn't get along with most of the girls I was traveling with, but I certainly got along with this little guy, yes. It's probably because we both shared this sort of pure, optimistic excitement to see the new world's wilderness. He's smart, even for a trained dog, and I often get the impression he understands my every word. Although I never learned his real name, he still comes running every time I shout Capitaine. I wonder if it's because he thinks I'm calling out to his owner. Sad. Okay. What's going on? Oh.
What is that thing?
I assume a human. It's got a lantern.
Wait. Is it searching the wreckage? Oh god. We can't let it see us.
I'm gonna move slow and quiet. Apparently that's making me manipulative. But okay. Look at the puppy. He's like, yeah, no, we're fine. He's gonna make friends. It's right where the body is.
Boy,
Too,
no.
I think.
Just stay, please.
We're running.
Please, don't. Boy, no.
I mean, if the dog likes him.
Oh, God, it's coming. What do I do? What do I do? God, I'm begging you. Don't let this happen.
It's like between the forest
Please don't let me die.
and someone who speaks.
What the? Jesus Christ. You're a long way from home, little lady.
Oh, Capitaine. Pet him.
Good boy.
Didn't
Where are
let
the
him
others
pet him.
hiding?
There are no others. It's just us.
You serious? God damn
Yep.
it. So much for finding help.
Oh, he's
I take
scratching.
it you've been freezing all night, huh? You know how to sew, girl?
Huh?
Sewing. You know, with needles and thread and shit. Know how?
Yes, I do.
Finally, a bit of luck. So, I can't exactly take care of this on my own. But I can trade you a fire for a couple of stitches. Sound fair?
Can I trust you? I'm headstrong.
How do I know you'll keep your end of the bargain?
Look at
Easy.
Capitaine.
You don't. But unless you feel like waiting for someone else to show up. I suggest you make do with me.
Reasonable. He makes a good
And
point.
That's how I met Pierre, the man who saved my life, the man who started all of this.
It's so hard because there's like things that I know that happen because obviously I'm a little bit further in this
A
game.
good friend once told me, never let fear or hate prevent understanding. But that day, I didn't want to understand.
This is a lot of blood. Like
I
a
wanted
lot.
to wake up from a nightmare they created. Oh, that stench. Rotting meat?
Earbugs.
No!
Puppy.
I'd seen death before, but this was something else. Something worse.
Great-grandfather once told me that the wolves in Totuska were unlike those from the west. They hunt in larger packs, are hardier than other breeds, and better suit to the cold, rugged terrain of our homeland. Though we do not hunt them, they remain a sacred part of our home, and their lives deserve the same respect as any Innu person's. That he says is why my parents named me after them, so that I may share their resilience, their sense of community, and never forget how important my homeland is to me. The moment I saw the white wolf's butchered remains, I couldn't help but worry that part of me died alongside it.
His remains were gaunt, like he'd been starving. Yet the white man hadn't eaten a single scrap of him.
You just cut off the fur. That's not cool.
I could taste his agony amid the stench, see it in his eyes. His spirit was crying out in pain, begging to be freed from that decaying prison.
It desecrated the poor wolf.
His snow-white fur had been hacked off, not skinned. It felt as if his killers wanted to hurt him, even in death.
Poor puppy. Sorry, you deserved better. I grow more
Forgive me, Wolf.
competitive.
I wish I could give you the peace they failed to.
Competitive?
Great-grandfather may know how to slow your rot, but... Huh?
Contemplate for. Complaint? That word too hard.
The white man's camp. He's dead.
Froze to death.
Huh. He froze to death, but it wasn't slow or gradual. More like he was mauled by cold.
Whatever's in the forest. Getting some vengeance. He suffered enough. Give him peace. No, this is what he deserves. I grow more weary of outsiders.
Good riddance. Huh. You brought this upon yourself the moment you butchered that wolf. Stay here and rot like everything else you've ruined. That's odd. His moccasins are gone. Stripped bare and left behind, just like the wolf.
His feet look very cold.
Someone else was here, and he robbed this man. Why?
That's like
What kind of mantush defiles his brother
interesting.
instead of burying him?
We looked up Mantush. I think it means like monster, evil monster.
Still a few embers. Fire's been out for a day, at most. The other man left a lot of supplies behind. Probably
True.
because he had to.
Be running for his life a bit.
A tanning rack. Must have been used for the wolf's fur,
Checks out.
but it's gone now. Likely taken by the other man. He looted the camp, left his friend's body laying here, and ran off with the white wolf's hide. Now then, where did he go?
I think we know where he went, and I think he's at the beach with Jeanne. I'm fairly certain that he
Prince
went.
Ardeen,
That's Pierre.
spaced far apart. He ran.
So now we have, if Capitan ever gets hurt, we will riot, and now we have to avenge this other forest puppy.
Left behind some belongings, but no sign of the white belt. Still, for him to just drop all this?
I think I see blood. Yeah.
Fresh blood. Froze before it could dry.
That'd be
It's just like
terrifying.
what killed the dead man.
But like something's chasing you.
Great-grandfather was right. Our
And, like-
elders once spoke of a winter spirit who lashes out when nature is defiled. Should its anger go unappeased, frigid weather would follow, causing countless deaths. I had to find the one who did this, retrieve the white fur he had stolen, lay the dishonored wolf to rest, and fast. Or else, the coming winter would be my people's last.
Let's do that. Let's do that. The Winter Spirit. One year, when great-grandfather was a child, our community was stricken by the worst winter the Innu have ever known. Snow fell before the autumn leaves turned yellow, and ice tore apart full-grown trees. Hardy animals froze to death, and spring arrived at a time we would normally welcome summer. This, the elders said, was the work of the Winter Spirit. Though it is not evil, it is a fierce protector, a trickster who teaches harsh lessons to those who indulge in greed, dare take nature for granted, or believe themselves superior to it. How the spirit will punish these heartless white men, I do not know, but the consequences of their actions stand to harm everyone upon this land if nothing is done to right their wrongs. Just like scorched earth, or frozen earth, I guess, in this case. Honoring animals. One thing white men can't seem to understand is that this land does not belong to anyone. We belong to it. The reason the Innu live in harmony with nature, and the reason nature continues to offer us so many resources, is because we treasure every part of it, treating every living thing with the utmost respect. That way, there will always continue to be resources worth treasuring in the future, be they plants or animals. This is why the poacher's actions were so heartless, hacking apart an animal only to leave the corpse laying there teeming with maggots. It's the same as defiling the remains of his own family or the future of his children. And something tells me he'd stoop to that if it meant sating his own greed. How lovely. All right. Continuing on. Perhaps. What's happening? Oh.
The other girls told me stories about men like him. Called them swashbuckling heroes. Men who could conquer the new world's wilds and beasts. But well, my first impression of Pierre was that he was a wild beast.
Reasonable.
All right, all done. Don't strain or the stitches might break.
Much obliged. Still can't believe you thought I was a werewolf, though.
With a lantern. Can you blame me?
Anyone
maybe not
would be
werewolf,
scared
but
if they saw a giant brute skulking in the dark like that.
Relax. I'm just teasing. Still, after hearing that story, you're luckier to be alive than I thought. You, have my condolences, though. Lost a friend myself not long ago.
the other hunter.
I know it ain't easy.
He gives me a white pelt, or if
For
a
what
white
it's
pelt
worth.
appears.
Thank you. I know they're at peace in his kingdom now. But none of them deserve this.
New World's a harsh place, Jeanne. Lots out here can kill. And ain't much will warn you before trying.
Hey there, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Alana work taught me that, at least.
Ask about these things that kill. Yeah, that one.
You make it sound like you came close to dying.
I have. more than once. Fur traders like me learn not to take nature lightly, and fast. 'Cause if it ain't bears or locals that get you, it'll be bad weather or plain old hunger. And these days, I can't shake the feeling there's something else out there too. Sooner I'm back in Quebec, sooner I sleep with both eyes closed.
You're headed for Quebec? Oh, thank you, God! This is perfect. You can take me with you.
You kidding? No way in hell I'm doing that. Hike from here to Quebec takes weeks, woman. And I'm already lugging twice the load I oughta.
Twice
Having
load
you to worry about
because
on
he's
top
got
of
his
that
friend's
be
stuff.
A goddamn death sentence.
Leaving me is the real death sentence.
Do you have any idea what you're saying? I won't survive here all alone.
True.
Shipment of soldiers, Carignan Salier or some shit, ought to sail by here in about a week. Wreckage
Survive
this
here for a
size
week.
is easy to spot. So signal them clearly. They'll probably stop to sail you home.
Probably. A week. That's insane. I'm tempted for what do you mean, probably, but
Pierre, I have no food and can barely start a fire. I'll die if I stay here a week. Besides, how can I signal them if they pass at night or during a storm, huh? Wave my arms?
Look, I get your point, but it's still safer here than out there, okay?
Oh yeah? Then stay with me. We can both take the ship home.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Why not?
Why? Doesn't matter. Point is, you can't come with me. End of story.
he's hiding something. Confront him. We're gonna be strong. We're gonna be headstrong.
Are you trying to use me as bait?
Beg pardon?
You said the woods weren't normal. Like something in there was stalking you. And you're asking me to stay here, even though something like that is out there. If you're not trying to abandon me so I get eaten first, it doesn't show.
Savage.
I know you're scared, but your odds won't be better by coming with me. There's
I beg to
carnivores
differ.
out there, Jeanne. Iroquois, lawbreakers, you name it. There's too many things I can't protect you from, especially when I can barely protect myself. Stay here, and there's a chance you die, yeah. But come with me, and you're sure to die.
You don't
Man.
know what I'm capable of.
At least he's being
All the more
honest.
reason not to take a risk and find out.
What if I say no and follow you anyway? You can't exactly stop me from trying, can you?
You really want to test my patience, little lady? 'Cause I don't got much left.
I feel like he would tie me up. Blackmail him. I don't know how, but we're gonna do it. More headstrong.
Funny. I don't have much patience left either. And you won't like what happens when mine runs out.
You threatening me?
No. I'm warning you. If you leave me here, you might have a nasty surprise back in Quebec. Let's say, hypothetically, I do what you say. I stay here, hail the Carignan-Salière regiment, and sail with them to the colonies. What do you think I'll say when they ask how I ended up here all by myself?
You wouldn't dare.
You leave me here? And I tell everyone a barbaric traitor pillaged our ship and left me stranded. You won't be able to set foot near Quebec, let alone sell furs. And if the regiment's as likely to help as you say, your odds probably
She
aren't
used his
good.
word against
So,
him.
Want to take that risk?
Probably.
Or feel like taking me with you now?
He's so
You
mad about
little-
it. Yeah, Captain. Good puppy.
You were right, little lady. I had no goddamn clue what you were capable of.
Now you know.
You sure as shit didn't make friends tonight, girl. But at least you made a deal. Just keep close and do what I say. If you don't, you'll have to make it without me.
Reasonable. I did just threaten your livelihood.
We better hit the hay. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day. And this'll be a cold night. Gotta make both count if we plan on making it to Quebec before either get colder.
Colder than this?
Yep. Come winter, that whole river is gonna be frozen solid. End to end.
Great.
Brr. It's cold out here. There must be a winter spirit in the atmosphere.
Mine back this one. Always said he'd rather own fur this white than sell it. But, well, he ain't around no more. So someone may as well put it to use for him. This is the most expensive pelt I've got, girl. And unlike him, I plan on making good money off it. You keep it safe, I keep you safe. Got it?
Got it.
It's still got blood on it. How lovely. Well, we know now, confirmed that this was the guy that was there. It's his fault. Oop. I'm still not sure how to feel about Pierre. Despite his gruff exterior, he strikes me as an upstanding man who acts with a kind heart. Sure, the way he speaks makes me worry he spent too much time among natives and too little time in church. But it's not like he has no morals. He would have never agreed to help me if he were truly evil. Plus, it takes incredible courage to do what he does, seeking fame and fortune alone in the wilds, even if he is only in it for the money. And yet, I can't shake the feeling that he's hiding something from me. Something far bigger than I could possibly imagine. It's so interesting because this is Jeanne, I'm so bad at her name, codex. So, like, you can see her values coming through, like, natives and stuff, like indigenous, obviously, because at the time, and no church. Oh, Quebec. People in France say Quebec is like a fortress built atop rocky cliffs that twinkle like diamonds. That nowhere, not even Versailles, has more prosperous bounties of silk soft furs. That its winters are so cold they freeze the blood in your veins. That vicious natives attack the walls day and night without mercy. Yet even peasant women can live free within those walls if they are strong and determined. Most people wouldn't dream of coming here, but I gave up everything back home for a chance to make Quebec my home. There I could be anything, a teacher, a caretaker, maybe even a nun. I pray to survive long enough to find out what I'll become. Fair enough. Fair enough. Staying alive seems like a good plan. All right. This is the next episode, so we're gonna go back to the main menu and we're gonna end this here. Again, I know what happens next because we got through most of, I think, episode 2 before everything went terrible and froze. But oh my goodness, I am so excited to continue this story and share what happens next. If you want to see more of it, make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss more of that. And if you want to play this game yourself before we get through it, make sure you check out the link down below. It's just absolutely wonderful what I've seen of it. There's a reason I'm recording it, because I'm like, I need to see what happens. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.